What's going on, everybody? Crypto Airborne in the house, dropping you guys latest and greatest cryptocurrency news and updates. Today is Friday, December 29th, 2023. It's coming to the end of 2023, jumping into a new year. Can't believe it. This year just flew by, but I'm excited for what's to come for the whole cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin. We got a huge coming 2024 and 2025 with the Bitcoin halving coming, all the spot Bitcoin ETFs potentially getting approved the first week. We're going to talk about that here in today's show. I got some interesting things to talk about with Bitcoin. Have some ICP talk, some ICP technical analysis, and then we got some MultiversX talk. And I got a micro gem, not financial advice, that I want to talk about at the end of the video that I think could potentially pop off. It's been getting a lot of hype in our ecosystem and the MultiversX ecosystem, but it's still not too late if you do want to get in. But we'll get a little bit more towards talk about that at the end of the video. Can't talk today. But yeah, if you guys don't mind smashing that thumbs up button on your way in, consider subscribing, turn on the bell notifications. Easiest thing you guys can do to help support the channel. We got a regular guest on the show, best buddy, 6 Figs stock trader.
What?
Well, not stock trader, just 6 Figs now.
What? 6 Fig stock trader. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. What's up, man? Good to see you again. Thanks for having me on. And I am absolutely loving the lineup that you got today because you've got one hell of a gem, I think, lined up. And that's what we're here for, folks, is to make some money, baby. So Crypto Airborne is going to show you how it's done. Don't make me get all wild up into this mic tonight.
All buck wild, like you say.
That's right. Super buck wild.
But yeah, I'm excited for today's show. I got some pretty cool stuff to talk about with Bitcoin. Got some ETF commercials to share with you. I don't know if you had the chance to watch some of them, some new ones that were dropped today. We'll go through those, and then some conspiracies behind SHA-256 and Bitcoin, the Satoshi Nakamoto, ICP stuff, technical analysis, and a potential hidden gem at the end of the video. So if you guys want to stick around, definitely appreciate it. But yeah, let's jump in. I don't want to make this video too long today. I'm going to try to stick it to an hour like I usually do, maybe less than that. I do have to wake up early tomorrow. I'm getting my windows tinted actually out in central New Jersey. So I got like an hour drive. I got to leave, I don't know, like 8:39 in the morning. So I don't want to stay up too late tonight.
What percent tint are you getting?
So I'm going to get Florida's legal tint. One day I want to go back to Florida. I think it's 25% is the front two windows, and then it's 25%, and I think you can make it as dark as you want in the back rear windows, and then like 3 or 4 inches down in the front, so I don't have to put down the sun visor. But it's like the top of the line window tint, the what is it, ceramic, I think. And this guy, it's called Ceramic Pro. Like there's a whole bunch of like authorized dealers around the United States, and it's like top of the line. So there's only 3 of them in the whole Northeast, at least in my area. Nice. There's Trenton, New Jersey, Cherry Hill, and I think Newark, New Jersey. But this guy's, he does Lamborghinis, like his shop, he does all this crazy top of the line stuff. So he does a good job, and I'm getting it on my little Honda Civic SI.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I don't know if I told you that. Yeah, I got a used 2011 Civic Si, and it only has 86,000 miles on it.
Nice.
And it used to be owned by some older gentleman, I think in his like 60s. So it was a one motor, unmodified, and it's in mint condition. So since now I'm a little bit older, I have some more money. I want to build this thing like from the ground up, just starting with like the looks, do the ceramic coating, maybe repaint some of it, do that what is it, the PPF film, the protective film that you can put over it.
Sure.
And then build up the motor I want to make it still reliable, but like where people are gonna like, oh, it's just a Honda Civic, and then you just rip them.
Maybe a little sleeper action there.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, those Hondas, man, they run to like 300, 400, 500,000 miles too. So the motors always outlast the bodies.
Yeah, this motor, it's called a K20 motor, the HN. And they're saying it's like the last true VTEC motor, and it revs out to like 8,200 RPMs, bulletproof transmission engine. People have them last to 300,000-400,000 miles as long as you take care of it.
Right.
But I just figured I'd get kind of a beater car right now, and just it's all going to be highway miles to work. So
perfect car for that.
And then, the next 2 years we have the Bull Run hopefully, and then I'll get my Lambo this time
Dude,
around.
I know. I'm so excited.
And your dream car, you told me earlier, if you want to share, what would you get?
You know, I mean, obviously the Lambo is probably the dream car. But you know, we'll see. I might pick up after this next bull run. I might pick up a Lambo. You know, but the other part of me too is, you know, like I'm a Rolls Royce, like Bentley kind of guy. Like fast cars are awesome. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I've owned lots of sport bikes. And I feel like I'll kill myself if I get a Lambo.
Yeah.
But if I get something like a Rolls Royce where I can just ride in style, be comfortable, and the thing's still got a V12, right? So
yeah, smooth, fast speed.
yeah, so
luxury.
I don't know, man. You know, that the Corvette C8, again, I would love to have that. I want to dedicate a YouTube channel to catching gold diggers and stuff like that. That's just been a lifelong
That would be
dream.
hilarious. Yeah. Who knows where that could go? But yeah, plus if you open up a business LLC, you could like write that off.
Yeah.
Or use that.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do, you guys out there. If you go out there, I don't care what it is. You go out there, you start up a YouTube channel, you upload one bullshit video a year. That's all you need. And guess what? You can write off all of your expenses that you have in your day-to-day operations, so long as it contributes to your business that's putting out a video.
Yep.
Your electricity, I'm not a lawyer, but check that
electricity, your internet, your vehicle. If you go to crypto shows and talks, your gas, like literally everything. It's crazy. You definitely learn a lot doing that. And there's one thing I heard, speaking of what Ham just wrote in the comment, the Lamborghini Urus SUV, he likes that. And the Benz, what's the Benz SUV?
The G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon, yeah. So apparently if it weighs over 6,000 pounds, because they're heavy cars, you get like a big tax write-off for those vehicles, I think.
Right. Yeah, I think it's
something like that.
Yeah, the G-Wagon, that is true. Actually, I was looking at an armored G-Wagon online that was like $100K the other day, and I'm like, this is sweet, but it was like 8 years old. And I'm like, man, all this armor on it, like, I mean, it wears out those bodies so quick. They beef them up and stuff, but
yeah, there was the one I was looking at. I forget it off the top of my head. It's like $250,000. It's gonna bother me. I forget the name of it, but they specialize in like civilian up armored cars, bulletproof. It had like buttons where you could add smoke screens and like all this crazy stuff to it. But yeah,
dude, maybe that's nuts. So I'm looking at the G-Wagon here. So basically, if you buy a G-Wagon and your vehicle has a gross weight above 6,000 pounds but below 14,000 pounds, you're eligible for a $26,200 write-off.
That's it.
If placed in service okay, so this was in 2021, but I'm sure there's something for every year. So obviously you kind of get a $26,000 tax break. So you get a $70,000, $80,000 G-Wagon. I mean, you get $26K off your tax bill.
Yep.
That's a no-brainer. Holy cow.
But yeah, I can talk car stuff all day too.
Dude, I know.
My main channel, not my main. I have another channel that doxes myself. It's my real name. If you guys are interested, hit me up offline. I'll tell you that. But I haven't uploaded that in like 9 months or like over a year actually, where I did a lot of car videos, do it yourself, car shows. That's my other kind of like hobby passion. So I'm going to try to upload that with this new car and some of the mods that I have. Oh, the other crazy thing that I bought, it's actually sitting right here, dude. I don't want to get too off topic, but I'm pretty excited about it.
A guitar?
No.
A new cat?
A new head unit? So, holy crap.
A new pussy cat?
No, so this thing.
Uh-oh.
So like, it's a 2011. It has like the old analog CD player, all that. But it has a premium sound system with like a subwoofer. It's really nice. The interior's nice, everything. But the head unit's just not modernized. So I bought this. It's called iDoing from China, and it literally came from China through DHL. Did all my research. This is gonna modernize it. check this out.
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
It's this like 9-inch, 10-inch display, Android CarPlay, Apple CarPlay. It's supposed to like not, and it's supposed to be high end everything. But I want to get this installed too, so I'm gonna try to do a do-it-yourself video. But yeah, it's like all plug and play. It comes with everything. It was only $500.
Oh, that's a deal. That's a steal. That's a steal.
And it makes it look OEM. It comes with the whole replacement trimmer, so you can put it in here, the vent, and you just got to swap the temperature controls and everything.
That's cool.
But I told you I'm gonna do this car from like the ground up, all legit.
That looks nice. I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, not to get too off topic, but definitely like talking about cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who else we got in the comments? We got Antonio Busta. What's going on? We got me, and we got Ham PNG. Glad you guys all could be here. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Quick market overview. Market pretty much was neutral today. Nothing too crazy. Let me bring up this. Yeah, down about 0.3%. Bitcoin's a little bit down, 0.64%. It's at about 42K. ETH's down about 0.88%. Solana, though, is up 1.38%. Cardano's up a little bit. But yeah, overall, pretty much the market in general is neutral. A couple gainers today. LCX up 60%. I don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
There's all these random things. Only $80 million market cap. ETH token used to pay fees for LCX exchange. So it looks like it's a centralized exchange for security tokens.
Interesting.
Yeah, a bunch of other coins I never heard of. Losers today: Horizon, Dash, and Index Cooperative.
Ooh. 10% ain't too bad, though.
Yeah, not too bad.
We've seen some wild haircuts over the last couple of years. Oh, yeah. Man.
All right. December 29th, holidays. There was nothing really that caught my attention. Still Need to Do Day. Constitution of Ireland, International Cello Day, National Paula Day. It's so crazy. I do this in all my videos, but there's always like weird ones that pop up. That's why I like doing it. Pepper Pot Day, TikTok Day. So
what's the subtle itch deep inside you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got to watch when I start playing the ETF videos that I don't get demonetized.
Yeah.
With the sound, because I already went through them. I'm going to play. I think you can play up to 6 seconds before it gets picked up or whatever in the algorithm, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I always try to be very vigilant about it, though.
Yeah. Crypto bubbles, top 100 again, market neutral. Looks like the top is Psy, however you say that. I've been hearing a lot about this lately. I don't know if you've heard about this. It's ranked 61. It was apparently a good when I was looking at all the crypto against Bitcoin and what was doing really well. And this was a lot of people were suggesting when Bitcoin was down, this was one of the top ones that was like kind of an up and coming. You can see it's been up 110% in the month, 53% in the week, and 20% on the day. But I don't know if you've heard of this one at all.
No, never heard of it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
When did this launch? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just kind of looking.
Yeah, that was one of them I actually was looking into a little bit, but yeah, it was the top. Yeah, and actually ICP within the last like week or month or something like that, when Bitcoin was down, it was actually doing pretty well out of all the crypto out there.
Dude, that thing ran up like 150% in a week. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. My favorites on the daily, pretty much everything's down except ICP and Elrond.
Nice.
Up about 1%, which those are top 3, top 4 crypto that I'm holding.
Siacoin. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm still mining that.
Miner. Are you? I haven't turned my miner on. I've got a Siacoin miner.
It's up 200% this year. Up 44% in the month. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, after David Borick left, I was bouncing out of that.
I had some videos, people thinking it's going to get to like, I don't know, 50 cents or something like that. But I never really saw too much about Siacoin. Really did
you never know with crypto, though, man. Like, half the top 100 coins
won't exist in 4 years, probably.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah. Fear and Greed Index. We actually, let's see, yesterday we were 65. Today we're 68. So, again, we've been in greed for over a month. Stock markets today ended red. The S&P finally broke its 9-week winning streak, but it still ended 2023 with a 24% gain. So if you guys are into stocks, that is good, especially S&P 500. Let me just refresh this. I didn't really pay too much attention to the news today. Prosecutors say they will not pursue second SBF trial. I haven't been following that.
I hope they throw the book at him. He screwed a lot of people, caused a lot of chaos. A lot of people lost their lives through suicide and things like that, their livelihoods, marriages, jobs, friendships. And it wasn't just with FTX. He was out hosing projects. He was out hosing exchanges, investment firms. He was manipulating prices of everything. It was just insane. You talk about a supervillain.
Yeah. And then you have his parents as well, which apparently he was sending money to, and they were holding money, and they're trying to prosecute them. And then they had ties to like the Democratic Party and all the money that they had. He had ties with Gary Gensler, I heard, and all this crazy stuff. So
it's still unfolding, I think.
Yeah. I can't wait for like a big documentary on like Netflix or something to come out here in the next couple years.
Starring Ben Armstrong. Bitboy Crypto takes down Sam Bankman-Fried.
DXY 101.37. Again, if you guys watch me, I talk about this in every video. It's one of the charts I like to look at just to give you an indicator of how the crypto traditional markets are versus the US dollar index. Actually, has been up, the last day or so. So crypto's been neutral, stocks down. So kind of a little bit correlation there. Again, people saying this next year or two that if Bitcoin crypto starts taking off, we could see the DXY bounce down to 90. I mean, if you take a look at the historical charts on the weekly, we can go back to 2021. Actually, let's see. You could see, look, 89, 88, 98. So between like 88 and 100, it looks like we've been between 2020 and 2022. So if we get down to these levels again, which, hopefully.
So you see that like main trend line at like it's hard for me to see. Let me just check with my screen. Where it's at like 101. You see that where it's at like 101 right there.
There's like a big resistance here.
But that's definitely been a big time support level. And if you scroll to the left, it's been a big time resistance level as well.
So we're literally touching it.
Like if you draw going to your left, zoom out once. Yeah, right. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like,
oh, so if you draw this line right here,
right there, boom.
Okay.
Yeah, so and you might even be seeing a little bit of a harmonic pattern in there too.
But yeah, this is just one of the things I look at. Just take it with a grain of salt. I just got to get TradingView. I think they dropped the basic plan down to only 2 indicators. It used to be 3, I swear. Because now I only can use the Ichimoku Cloud and the RSI. Yeah. Otherwise, I have to take something away. I'm that cheap still. Let's see. 1.6 trillion market cap. Kind of just been going sideways with the total crypto market cap at about 1.6 trillion. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, again, neutral the last 24 hours, currently looking at about 42,182. A lot of talk that's been going on right now is the spot Bitcoin ETFs getting potentially approved within the first week or by January 10th of this year. I don't know if you saw this, but earlier this month, you have JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon talking trash about Bitcoin, saying that the only true use for Bitcoin is for criminals. Meanwhile, today, JP Morgan is now an authorized participant for the BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF. Pretty funny, huh?
Snake in the grass. Yeah, you can't trust these people. He's out there feeding you information with the other, and stabbing you in the back with the other hand. It's not surprising to me. This is how Wall Street operates.
Yeah, they always talk crap about whatever it is that's up and coming, so then they can load their bags up, and then they a switch of the hat. Yeah, we love Bitcoin.
Right.
Meanwhile, this guy saying about how JP Morgan Chase is approaching 39 billion mark in total fines imposed by U.S. regulators, enforcement agencies, and lawsuits related to anti-competitive practices, securities, and abuses over other violations.
And, I think that there are some people with JP Morgan and Chase that were involved with like Epstein and his like island and shit.
Yeah. I've definitely heard about that too.
So yeah, they're crooked as F.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again, the spot Bitcoin ETFs, we have all these different companies applying for. We got the commercials going on. I don't know if you saw the Bitwise one. This was probably the most famous one so far that we've saw with the world's most interesting man, the guy from the Dos Equis commercial. Did you see this one yet? This was like the original.
Don't know if I have. I saw one that Crypto Wendy was reposted or something.
Yeah. So here's one real quick, and I'm going to try to mess around with the sound, but this is the So first part of the commercial is the CIO of the company from Bitwise. Just listen.
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin.
She said, cut.
What if we get him?
Oh, man.
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin.
So, yeah, they have that going on.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
nice
the most popular one.
That's phenomenal
Did you
marketing.
See that?
I didn't see it, no.
Yeah. So they had that one, and then the next one is Hashdex. So they're the other one that is going to. Well, this one was kind of weird. I don't know if you saw this one either.
I'm coming in hot.
So they had that one. Your Bitcoin investment deserves a crypto-focused firm. Kind of weird. I mean, I don't know what they had to do with this giant dump truck.
That's a bad commercial.
Yeah, that's a lot of people
not gonna sugarcoat that one.
So then they did it
with a better.
So then they did another one. This one's good. So this they replay like you're watching old school TV, and they're talking about, I don't know, you'll see here, but it kind of reminds me of when Bill Gates was on David Letterman talking about like Windows 95 and how he was saying, well, talking about, why don't I just write stuff down, or why don't I just use the radio? It's easier than doing this on the computer. You remember that like famous video?
I don't recall.
No, but just listen to this. This is good. I don't have to pause the music.
You know, it's amazing to me the tremendous impact that the home computers have had on everyone. And yet it seems that people I've talked to say that it takes you longer to do something by putting it into a computer and calling it up again than if you just kept simple records yourself in the house.
So yeah, kind of like understanding like a new type of technology. It takes time. Now Bitcoin's time has arrived, the spot Bitcoin ETF. I don't know who exactly this was or what the interview, but that's the first thing I thought of was, I think it was Bill Gates on Letterman or Jay Leno or something. They were talking about, it was either the like Windows 95 or something, but that one was pretty decent.
Hashdex needs a better marketing team.
Definitely. Yeah, all of them have been pretty bad except for the first one I showed you with Bitwise.
Yeah.
And then this one was weird. This came out today. This is from Van Eck. So this is their first one.
Okay.
This just is weird to me. I don't know. I'm gonna play a little bit of the sound. It's irrelevant, but I don't really get this one. Yeah, so it's like plays this weird music, and then there's this guy like on top of a skyscraper, born to Bitcoin, and that's it.
Interesting. That's kind of weird.
Born to Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Okay, the race is on. But regardless, I think these are all, positive things that, hey, a spot Bitcoin ETF has got to be approved. These big companies, why would they be putting their time and effort if they don't think that this spot Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved, right?
They are soliciting. Yeah, they are soliciting customers right now with these ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Getting it out there.
What's the biggest thing in February that's coming up where we could see some huge commercials if these spot Bitcoin ETFs get approved?
Well, it's the Super Bowl, baby.
Yep. And going along with that, Fold, the Bitcoin debit card that I use pretty religiously.
Yes, you were big into that.
Someone said, hey, when are you dropping a commercial for being one of the best rewards cards in 2023, which they were by Forbes magazine. And they just said February 11, 2024, which is the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
What? So I know Fold likes to mess around, but they could be serious here. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I tell you what, they drop an ad on Super Bowl Sunday. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. We're going to see a bunch of stuff. Like a couple years ago in 2021, when we had the bull market in full swing.
Yep.
My God, there was a freaking Coinbase
Which one
QR code. The
yep.
QR code that
bouncing around the screen.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's all it was.
Yep.
There goes $30 million. They probably made that back 100 times by now.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that coming up with all the spot Bitcoin ETFs, potential Super Bowl ads. I think 2024 is going to be crazy.
And for all you potheads out there, we're not talking about a Super Bowl, baby. We're talking about NFL football, Super Bowl Sunday. So get your heads out of the gutter.
All right, man. I feel like we're talking too much about Bitcoin, but I mean, Bitcoin's OG.
Yeah,
I like it though. Yeah. All right, so next one. This is a really good one. I'm pretty sure we probably could talk the whole stream on this, and I want to hear your thoughts. This is for you conspiracy people out there. And I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, which at this point, day and age, if you guys have been paying attention to anything, all the conspiracy theorists pretty much have been right about everything.
That's true. Yeah.
But so I don't know if you've heard this before, but there's evidence suggesting that the NSA may be directly or indirectly responsible for the creation of Bitcoin. So the SHA-256, the hash function used in Bitcoin, was actually designed by the NSA and first published in 2001. Bitcoin, as we know it today, would not have been possible without NSA research and development. So that happened in 2001. But then in 1996, there was this research document put out called How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. And then he links it here, and I'm not even going to go through all of it. But this gentleman named Tatsuaki Nakamoto. That sounds just like Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
He was a cryptographer. He's cited for the aforementioned NSA document for multiple papers related to divisible electronic coins, electronic cash, and universal electronic cash. Tatsuaki Nakamoto, Satoshi Nakamoto. Similar names. So he gets into a little bit more details here, but I was just like, that's crazy. And then it made me think, and then I kept reading on, and I thought the exact same thing as I was reading it. So his final thoughts to this were: experienced cryptographer, the Tatsuaki Nakamoto, chooses the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto because it sounds similar, obviously. His real name would be an unlikely oversight, especially when aiming to conceal one's identity. So Bitcoin's emergence soon after the NSA's publicized work in similar areas of electronic cash, blah, 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 suggests that Bitcoin could be either a direct offshoot of NSA research, someone accessing these advanced technologies through leaks. Who knows? But again, in context, Satoshi Nakamoto as a pseudonym might not only be a means of anonymity, but a subtle homage to Tatsuaki Nakamoto, whose work could have inspired or laid the foundation for Bitcoin. So I thought this was pretty crazy because it's like, why would the NSA create this? The SHA-256 doesn't kind of go against their whole perception of the US dollar, and like, you know what I mean? Because then again, I had that thought, and then I scrolled down a little bit and I said, this is exactly what I thought too. It seems counterintuitive, right? You assume Bitcoin adoption would diminish USD dominance, possibly conflicting with NSA US interests. The reality is more nuanced. So this gets pretty deep. So you think of the US dollar, it was worth the most when it first came out in the early 1900s or whatever, but obviously the dollar has been diminishing returns. So what if at this time in the 90s, this guy, they're like, hey, we need to come up something long-term wise that is going to, be the new currency that's going to take over everything. So he said, take into account national security, future preparedness, and to aim to sustain monetary supremacy globally, the U.S. power structure might find advantages in developing and supporting something like Bitcoin. being ahead in the global finance arms race as the world becomes more interconnected and globalized. Such a strategy could indeed be in line with U.S. interests from a long-term perspective. Obviously, they can't initiate like Bitcoin or whatever instantly with it's unrealistic. So this is like a long-term type of thing.
Mhm.
So the person who created Bitcoin, whether that be Satoshi Nakamoto, did he take the original white paper or whatever from the NSA? Was it leaked to create Bitcoin? And this guy's saying it's likely that a nation like USA, China, Russia, any of the top players would have eventually introduced a concept similar to Bitcoin. Therefore, it's a competition, global financial arms race. By endorsing Bitcoin adoption, a country could secure a strategic advantage on a global scale. Picture it as a chess game. But the U.S. regulators hit Bitcoin. However, U.S. money like BlackRock don't seem to be against it. They are now supporting it.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, you're very good at finding these gems. And here's my take on this. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, I've always kind of thought that it might have been created by some government entity. And really, like, you think about Bitcoin, when did it start, right? What was it, 2009? 2009. Right around 2009 was, and this is like, I'm going to try to bridge this to some other crazy thing here. But back in the early 2000s, maybe, early 2000s, are you familiar with like the Tor browser?
I think I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
The Tor browser will give you access to the dark web. Yep. And the Tor browser was initially developed by like the United States Navy, I believe. And then it was just released as open source, like software or code. And the objective was that operatives in other countries could download the Tor browser or have it, and they could use the Tor browser to access like information and things like that from within restricted countries and things like that. Now, they ran into a big problem with the Tor browser, and I remember back in like 2008, maybe somebody in the chat can go and do a quick Google search, but back in 2008, there was significant developments, I believe, to create what is known as the Tor browser, that Onion browser that would be easily usable by the average Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get Bitcoin that comes out a year later. Okay, so now you get this way to feed cash to people, over a dark web scenario. I mean, let's say you got the dark web scenario. You need to be able to send payments anonymously, things like that. What's the perfect way to do that? It's through Bitcoin. It wouldn't surprise me if a government entity was behind this project known as Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't surprise me.
It'd be cool to have some of the people that were early in on that. Like I know Jordan Mack, I think he talked about that, you spoke to him about that in one of your videos on the team. I don't know. I gotta go back. I think I spent a night just like trying to deep dive, find old videos on YouTube, but it's hard to find anything now. I don't know if they just
all those old videos
or what.
All those old videos are so buried, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jordan Mack, he is he's a good friend, and he's an OG in the space. And as a youngster, he was talking about communicating with the original Bitcoin core development team, things like that. From what I recall, memory's a little sketchy since I've talked to him about it. It's been a few years, but it's just not. I agree with this. There could be some sort of Department of Defense entity, government behind this, and I think it'd possibly be the United States.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it makes you think. It's definitely a critically thinking topic when you start digging deep into it. That's why I thought this was real interesting, because, hey, they thought about this, they created it, but was it someone that used to work for the NSA, the Satoshi Nakamoto, or the what do they call this guy? What the heck's his name? It sounds, where the heck did it go?
I don't know.
Tatsuaki Akamoto. Did he kind of like leave the NSA and like maybe this was like kind of trying to think of like my military.
Maybe they killed him.
Like, was this like a special project the NSA had? They're like, hey, let's come up with something, and then kind of lost its own. And then here comes 2001. They put their foot forward, and then 2009 or whatever, either like he said, either leaked out something like whoever's on this team, and then they actually created SHA-256, aka Bitcoin, or what? Because of all the corrupted government.
Dude,
it's a breakaway. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. What do you guys? Let me know in the comments, you guys. I know there's some lurkers in here, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm curious what other people think. Black budget operation.
Yeah, I mean that brings up a point. You know, like when I hear black budget operation, these dark entities, these dark operations. You talk about CIA, things like that. They need as much funding as they can get. Funding comes in a lot slower than funding goes out. They are hemorrhaging cash. Definitely. Anything they can do to make an extra buck, they're gonna do.
Yeah,
they kill people, all sorts of stuff. It's insane.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole, but let's just.
But I stumbled across it. I thought it would be pretty interesting to talk about, just because kind of this is like
great find
the
man.
basis.
Really,
but yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. So let's keep this moving. The last thing I had about Bitcoin is just TA. If you want to maybe do some quick TA on Bitcoin, then we'll jump into a little just ICP TA. I don't have any really talk about that. And then my little hidden gem.
I mean, I guess I could do a little TA. Actually, I got a banger for you. We're going to talk about, let me share the screen here. Okay, hold on one second. We're going to talk about something called Crypto Airborne Super Rash Token. And here it is.
Is there a Rash token? I'm curious.
Probably.
If you go on crypto, just type in Rash.
I'm sure.
I've never actually done it.
No, yeah, Rash.
Gosh, there isn't.
I don't know. Dude. You might be able to launch something there. But when we were talking about the DXY earlier, when I was looking at your chart, I couldn't help but to think that there was some sort of harmonic pattern possibly. And this is what is known here as a bullish Gartley. Some might refer to this as a bullish butterfly, something like that. But in order to confirm this, we need to draw up a Fibonacci retracement from X up to A. And we need to try to figure out where the heck B sits, point B. So point B, as you guys can see, barely comes down to this 61.8. Now, I'm not going to rule this thing out at the 60. You know, it's very close. But what I would require out of this pattern is that we see point B come down between that 61.8 or wicket to the 786. And maybe there's other different charts that will show an absolute wick down to this box, but that is damn close. The other thing that I'd be looking for here is from A down to X, and basically I'm measuring from A down to X here. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for basically price action to come up to this 61.8 or 786, but not, we don't want this thing to go higher than point A. Interestingly enough, we are seeing somewhat of a confirmation that this could be a true harmonic playing out. And I do think that with this price action, it's suggesting that price is on a downward trend, right?
So the halving's in April of 2024. Okay. So where would that put can you rearrange that?
Yep. So this is the DXY. And so I'm expecting the DXY to maybe hit down to like 90, 95. This is where I'm expecting this DXY we'll revisit this in a while,
Yeah.
a couple months down the road. But you look at other times when the DXI was down in the dumps, and that was the last bull market, baby. 2021, we saw crypto absolutely pumping, and it was right down in the dumps. That's where we want to be for the DXY and for crypto to pump. So for me to see this harmonic pattern possibly playing out, folks, this is super bullish, because November of 2021, we hit highs, somewhere in here, right? Let's see, right in this area,
November
right
14,
here.
15,
And that is right within the appropriate area. I'm just going to go, bear with me, just November. You can see how we hit all-time highs in November 2021. Boom. That was right within this target zone. So this is where we want price to be. We want this to come down to this level for the DXY. So I think this is bullish. I'm glad that you mentioned this chart. And folks, this is why you guys need to subscribe to Crypto Airborne. This is why you need to hit his bell. So when we sit down and get an opportunity to do these types of technical analysis and bring you these types of videos and information, like, you're going to get in on it, because I sat down tonight not knowing what I was going to get into, and Crypto Airborne went out there and found some amazing content. I'm absolutely blown away. So with that said, did you have any other projects that you wanted to take a peek at?
Bitcoin. Yeah, do Bitcoin real quick.
Okay. So Bitcoin, on the weekly, this thing's looking good, and I'm looking at the perpetual futures here. So let's just go ahead and switch this thing up to the Binance charts, and we're just going to look at the regular old Bitcoin to the dollar. I guess it's not that much difference, than the perpetual futures charts, but we are looking at the MEXC perpetual futures charts, and there's been some drama with MEXC. So
yeah, talked about that, but I don't know how that's going. But yeah.
But look at this. Let me tell you, let me get your thoughts on this, Airborne. I'm going to do something here, and it might look like a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we're on the verge, guys. I think we're on the verge. This is the weekly chart. If we start seeing stuff rip off, we're looking at ETFs coming onto the scene, folks. Boom. This is when, like, the COVID money printer was going wild. We had an amazing bull market, but look how far we've come. Look how far we come.
Yeah.
We got Bitcoin at $43,000, dude.
Exactly what you're showing with that circle previously in 2020, and the one, it looked like how it looks exactly similar right now. I saw a chart that someone did, like 4 different charts of the beginning of the last 3 or 4 bull runs and how it just shoots up. This looks exactly like what's about to happen. They said the last bull run leading up to it with the COVID crash, that could, like, we could have a black swan event happen, but I think he compared it to the previous one and prior leading up to the 2017 one, that it looks similar to the 2021 or 2020, and then this one now leading into 2024.
I agree. And on the weekly chart, folks, the biggest thing that we're seeing right now is a golden cross. Price actions above this yellow 200 moving average. We've got the 50 moving average, which is going to, I can guarantee you, unless Bitcoin crashes to below $29,000 within the next week, we will get this golden cross. So with that said, once we see shit like this happen and we see a golden cross on the weekly, oh boy, get ready, because we're going to see this 50 moving average and this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. That's kind of looking like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to see a bunch of rampaging up, a bunch of checks with this cloud. This thing's going to go crazy. I am feeling really good about this. On the daily too, there is what is called a symmetrical triangle squeeze that Bitcoin is going through right now, folks. And this is going to be insane. And I can't believe that all of you are here to witness this, because you are some of the luckiest people in the world right now. We are doing the highest level technical analysis you could find out there anywhere. What we have is a prime example of a bull flag, bull pennant, something like that. But there's also something very important, and we are seeing somewhat of Elliott wave theory to the upside here. This is very important to see. I think that we are about to see Bitcoin, maybe touch base with this 50 moving average and then start moving to the upside. And I do think that this Bitcoin ETF stuff is going to be the next catalyst. We're either going to see an extreme sell the news event, or we're just going to see this puppy start flying. And I'm really not digging the sell the news event because everybody's hodling. Nobody's going to sell shit when these things start flying. I'm sorry.
And as soon as all the SEC approves all these spot Bitcoin ETFs, and I've talked about this in my last video or 2 videos, is all the financial advisors telling all of their clients about, hey, there was this new digital currency, all ages, that just was approved from the SEC, and they have these new spot Bitcoin ETFs, Fidelity, whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, if you want to be high risk, there could be potential for, high reward. Imagine just the trickle down effect with that happening too. I've been seeing lots of stuff about that.
Yeah, and you hear about people talking about the greatest transfer of wealth possibly coming. And let me explain my thoughts on that and what my opinion is on that. This is basically hooking in the boomers. This is hooking in the older generation that are older than the boomers. They don't know what the hell is going on. They can barely operate computers. My dad's a boomer. He just learned how to turn on a computer 10 years ago. I don't think that he can actually even turn on his computer today. But with that said, I told him to be on the watch for Bitcoin and all this stuff because he's going to be getting shilled hard about all this stuff. And a lot of these entities like BlackRock and, all these investment firms, they do not have the best interest of their customers in mind. Even though they are managing their money, they will damage them in the short term and reward them in the long term because that's what they do. They give them this long-term security and they just fuck them up in the short term, right?
Yeah.
And so it is what it is.
Right.
I think Bitcoin's looking good. I think everything's hinging right now on this ETF stuff.
For sure. All right, let's keep moving forward. We got ICP, Internet Computer, man. It's doing pretty good, man. The last 24 hours, up 3.1%. I know I was texting you back and forth the last day or so trying to find a good position to buy in, and I bought in a couple positions, actually. I did a market buy at like $9.55, about $100, and then I did a limit order at $9.33, I think that did when I went to bed, that triggered, and then it even dipped further today. I think I did a market buy at like 921. So I put a couple $100 in. I got pretty good, and it's doing, obviously it's as current price right now, pretty decent buys.
You did some solid DCA in the last like day or two, dude.
Yeah, but it
seems like you hit the lows
on that. Yeah, just some quick TA. I'm curious.
Yeah,
it looks like
again, like
symmetrical triangle.
Yeah, there's definitely a bull pennant style consolidation going on here, and we are seeing this because we can chart this out right now on this 8-hour chart. We're seeing price flirt with this 50 moving average. I think this thing's ready to rock and roll. On the weekly, this has been something that I've been really sharing with my viewers. ICP has just been really run through the mud. There's been a lot of drama with FTX in like the token launch, and it's just been like this one big mess, right? But what we are seeing here is this, in a day and 21 hours, we'll see the first candle fully printed above this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly chart, which I am super happy about because this last week's candle, it's just it's still in the cloud. This is historic moment for ICP. This is a project that I've been involved with now for about 2 years.
Yeah, and when you
changed
first
my
got into it, I
life.
was like, oh gosh, because I was just like
Dude.
everybody else. And then you finally, did
Dude,
your
I know.
research. You opened it up. You made historical
Dude.
stuff. And then
Dude,
I
I
started
know.
doing research. I was like, yeah, this is pretty legit. And then just within like the last month or so, I've been going hard
Dude.
into it. I made a couple
Yeah.
videos here and there the last couple
Dude,
months, but
the
I
ICP
really like it.
community. The
Yeah.
ICP community loves you, dude. Every video you do, it like, 1,000 views. It's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, long story short, on the daily chart, this thing ran up so hard and so fast that it just needed to go sideways. And I do think that, this thing might get a nice bounce off this 50 moving average, or maybe when we get in towards like the first week of January. I don't think this thing's going anywhere until the Bitcoin ETFs get approved. I think once that happens, we'll see,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But by the textbook, I mean, this is like a textbook definition, bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's kind of a hybrid bull flag, bull pennant. So yeah, I'm bullish on ICP right now at this second. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Also,
did you
on
do
ICP,
a move to the downside if it doesn't play out?
I mean, anything's possible. Especially like, maybe on this weekly chart. The only thing that gives me anxiety about this weekly chart is the correlation, folks. And this is very important to understand when you are trading with the Ichimoku clouds, which is this red thing here. Basically, ICP has never had a green Ichimoku cloud, and we are starting to see that emerge. One thing, though, that's troubling me is the distance of this price action to this cloud. And we could see this cloud just shape up like this. But I do think that if this thing rips up, I mean, I think it's going to need to do some sort of falling wedge or something like that to get a little bit closer to this cloud before this thing rips off. It's going to be like a Band-Aid that's stuck in your hair when this thing rips. It's going to hurt that you didn't buy in lower. Not financial or trading advice.
Definitely.
But trust me, I was about to drop like another 5K when it was like right down in like this $3.50 level, the $4 level, dude.
I so wish.
And like, I had the money lined up. I was just waiting on a few other things. And then like literally, dude, boom, this thing ripped up. And I'm like, God dang it. Now I'm going to get half the amount.
But if you think long term and you believe in ICP, this is still great prices.
Yeah, right. My bags are packed on ICP. Yeah. I've been with ICP since like I said, 2 years now. So I remember like these $30 prices. I was getting in at like these $30 prices and $16 prices like in this area back here. So like I've been DCAing the entire way down.
Yeah.
And really did some heavy DCAing within the last year. So I'm very thankful for that. Nothing's guaranteed. I like the project. I like what it offers.
Nice.
So,
all right. So let's get into the last hidden gem. I don't know what you want to call it. None of this is going to be financial advice, but this is something that popped up on my feed today. And for some of you guys that watch my channel, you guys all know one of my biggest bags is MultiversX, formerly known as Elrond. They rebranded. If you do a deep dive into it, I love the tech. Their non-custodial wallet that they have is called the X Portal. I really like the user interface. It's getting a lot of adoption. It's mainly the creator, Benjamin Minsu. He is Romanian. It's getting a lot of traction over in Europe. So they've been building a lot through the bear markets and doing pretty well. But again, this coin right now is $69.68. I tried to time it for $69.69.
Oh, dude!
But it's up 0.4% last 24 hours. Circulating supply again. It's only 26.3 million. Total supply at 392 million. Max supply is 31 million. Market cap's only 1.8 billion. So again, a lot of potential for this. I've been buying a lot of this around $25, $30, $40. I've been accumulating a lot over the last year and a half or so. But so MultiversX, they have a lot of coins. They call them ESDTs under them. So this is X Portal. X Portal is their non-custodial wallet where you can hold whatever crypto coins they have: Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Pepe, SHIB. They're slowly adopting more coins that you can keep on there. And what they just recently listed are their ESD tokens, which are their e-standard digital tokens, passport to more personalized, efficient token experience on the MultiversX network. So these are all within the MultiversX network. And they just launched a whole bunch of them down here. You can see, and a lot of them I haven't heard of, even though I am in, but like some of them are NFT project tokens like Cow. You got OneDex, which is I'm going to be talking about here. You got Super Rare Bears. That's an awesome NFT project that I've done multiple videos on. I know the community manager and whatnot. So they have their own coin that they've launched. Meyer Punks, Water, Paddle Up Pyramid. I've heard of all these ones. But what I do want to focus on is one that was recently launched earlier today, is called OneDex. And it's a decentralized exchange. And check this out. None of this is financial advice, by the way. This is a micro gem. The market cap is only 1.4 million. The last 24-hour trading volume is $533,000. The circulating supply is only 4.2 million, with a total supply of about 25.5 million. So similar to Elrond right now. But you can only get this right now on either their decentralized exchange called OneDex with a couple different trading pairs that you can see here, or the X exchange, which is where I swapped it today. And they don't have it on here, but I essentially swapped wrapped Elrond with one right here. You can see 261,000 volume the last 24 hours.
Wow.
But yeah, I bought in, I'm pretty transparent. It was around 35, 36. And you can see when we get to the charts, it has done a nice little run up. And I know the community has been talking about it. I've been seeing it pop up here and there in my feed over the last week. And I'm kicking myself because if you look at the last 14 days, about a week ago, it was only 7 cents. So it had a nice little fast run up.
Yeah.
Why did it run up? Check this out. Potentially this is what could happen. So here they are in a nutshell. OneDex, they're permissionless DEX owned by no one, owned by everyone, built on MultiversX. So they're a part of what's called the Onefinity chain. It's an interoperable layer 1 being built on Cosmos, which is going to be coming in 2024. But the home of OneDex and the Onefinity permissionless bridge is on MultiversX and to come Solana. Huge. So going to here's their app, OneDex.app. It's just the typical, tells you the tokenomics, roadmap, all that. I'm not going to go through all that. But when you launch the app, it's pretty straight. It's clean. If you want to swap for whatever, you got your Elrond or whatever the heck ESDT token within, you can swap it for whatever. They have the pools, the farms. They got staking. Their one token that they have here earning 10% right now.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, 3.1 total staking million, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
So, holy crap! Now that I just look at that, what do they have? The circulating supply is 4.2 million, and there's 3.1 being staked.
Wow.
10%.
Okay.
I probably should be not financial advice to myself and everybody else, but
I wouldn't be staking nothing
here after the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be staking nothing if there's only 4 million circulation and there's 3.8 and stake.
Yeah.
I'm holding the bag.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dump it.
So here's some community tweets, and it's not Harmony One. That's the first thing I thought, because I think if you look up this, but Harmony One, I think is nobody talks about anymore. But OneDex journey unfolds step by step as we witness its rise and vision the possibilities of a top DEX with groundbreaking tech, a unique MultiversX bridge, and an upcoming listing on Solana. What surprises will come next? So again, it just hit 1 million in trading volume a day ago. Crossed the 1 million market cap milestone. The venture just begins. Blah 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 blah. Another tweet here from this guy said, if you're sitting around watching all the one buys, feeling like you missed something, don't look at it that way. We're still early. The Bridge to Soul hasn't been released yet, along with so many other things coming. This guy thinks we have a lot more time before things slow down. You can currently buy it, I guess, on Ash Swap, X Exchange, OneDex, and Jex. So this is all in the MultiversX ecosystem. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, it's literally only 1 million market cap compared to Ash, which is another ESDT token on Elrond, and Hatem, HTM, is 11 and 50 million. One has barely taken off. So imagine, I think they said you need $8 million market cap. It'll be worth $2, which is pretty crazy. And I have it pulled up here, the OneDex/USDC on X Exchange. That's where I swapped it, and you have a typical 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 playing out right now. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that. I shared with you a little bit before. I don't know. I threw a couple hundo on it just to see where it's gonna go. You never know.
Right. You know, something with that low of a market cap, you got a high percent staked, like you're looking at a gem. I'm not sure what the unstaking policy is.
Yeah, I don't know
what that looks like. You know, if you need to stake it for so long, or if you click the button to unstake it, maybe it takes 30 days to become available. Who knows? But what I can say is that when I see stuff like this under 15, 20 million supply, you know, it's very appealing.
There's only 615 people staking it right now.
Okay, so
think about that. I just clicked on this. In the world of what, 7-8 billion people, and what we're talking about, only 615 people are staking 3.1 million one at 10%.
Okay, so that's very interesting. You know, really, when it comes down to it, that would mean, like, you know, when you think about like the grand scheme of like the full circulating supply, you know, we're talking about like 6,000-7,000, you know, OneDex tokens per holder. That'd probably be like, you know, what was it, 3 something for 3.1 mil or something staking. Is that right?
It was 10%.
So at
3.1 total stake,
okay.
3.1 million of
Interesting. Okay, nice.
But I mean, I don't know how many other holders there are. I'm sure there's a lot more holders.
I mean, so you're looking at like basically 75% plus of the total circulating supply is staked right now. That's nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's not much TA that I want to do on it. I mean, the price has been pretty stagnant here the last couple of hours. I think there's not much volume moved, but again, I'm pretty deep into the MultiversX Elrond ecosystem, and this kind of popped up on my feed today. I did a little research on it, not as much as I want, maybe like an hour and a half, hour research, and I, you know, through a couple hundred. We're all degens. Like this could go to nothing. But again, not financial advice. Just the low supply, and then the Solana bridge. To me, with all the talk, it is something. You know, what's a couple $100 to lose, which could potentially turn into tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
right.
That Solana bridge is going to be huge if and when it happens. You're going to see this thing rip.
Yeah, we got Prybar Commando in the house. Never sell ICP, only buy ICP. Yeah, we got a lot of the ICP community in here.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they love you, dude. Like every video you do, Dice does well.
Speaking of which, going back to ICP, I don't know when I'm going to have her on, but you know, the ICP Hub Asia, her name is Crypto Girl.
Yeah.
She wants to come on and just kind of talk about what's going on in ICP Asia. And then she said she knows the ICP Hub of Indonesia, whoever leads that. Just come on the show and just talk maybe next week.
Yeah.
But my work schedule is kind of changing, so I don't know if it's going to be next Friday. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do something the following week probably. But just a heads up for you ICP fans out there.
Yeah, and I've
talked to them. I think you've met her.
So I've never met her. But when I was traveling through Asia in Thailand earlier this year, I was trying my best to meet up with Crypto Girl, who is the Thailand hub leader. Basically, she's doing an absolute killer job over there with that. And I made it as far as Hua Hin, Thailand, and that's on the western coast, south of Bangkok, a couple hours. And there just wasn't a good airport down there that I could get to make the couple hour flight to where she lives. I don't want to dox her.
Yeah.
But, she's within a few hours there. And I just couldn't make it happen. I was down I stayed in Bangkok for like 10 days. And I went down to chill on the coast, on the ocean for a few days, like 4 or 5 days. And then I had to get back up to Bangkok. So,
we
we
gotta visit there sometime. At least I want to.
I'm going back there. Yeah. As soon as this next bull market, dude, ends, buying the new vehicle. And then I'm going on a world tour. I'm going to Japan. I'm going to South Korea. I'm going to stop down in Eastern Australia to meet up with Strika.
Yeah.
And then, while I'm down that way, I might rip over to New Zealand. I really want to hit South Africa on the way up. I got to stop in Switzerland and then Norway, and then I'll make my way home. So that's my plan. I'm going to do it all in 3 weeks.
That'd be awesome. If I
want to come?
Yeah. We'll see where my bags are at. Yeah. And what I'm doing.
Well, it's probably going to cost $20K.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you know me, the last bull run and what I did, but things could get crazy the next 2 years. You never know.
Yeah. We're looking at 2025. Well, I mean, not even that. We're looking at like $15K to make this happen. I'm not looking at, going crazy on first class and all this stuff. Here's the deal. When you're traveling international, you get the cheap seats with the emergency exit aisle or the very front, and you get all the legroom you could ask for, and you're just as comfortable, as flying first class or whatnot.
Actually, not to butt in, but I always sit in the back of the plane. You ever see the videos of how they did the test crashes? Yeah. If you sit in the back of the plane, usually when planes crash or they try to crash land, the whole front always goes first.
Yeah. That's why they put the black box in the rear tail of the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to commercial pilot school.
At least I don't know if it's true. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
But these are like the giant 747s. There was the one, I don't know. I saw that one video where they try to land it. The whole front, like nosedives, ripped in half, and then the whole back of the plane's fine.
Right.
But
if you land on a horizontal plane,
But I mean, it's unlikely going to happen. I do like to sit in the front too. But like, if you're on a long flight, I might sit in the back. I don't know. I'm just paranoid.
Well, when you're 1,000 miles out into the ocean, you're screwed anyway.
That too. Yeah. Who gives a crap?
But yeah. So, all right. Well, let's plan that and we'll vlog the whole thing.
Oh, heck yeah. Gosh, we got to meet up soon too.
Crypto Airborne applies his rash cream on the airplane.
All right.
Yeah, so we do got to meet up. That's for sure.
So we're at 1 hour and 8 right now. I don't know if there's any Elron fans in here. I was going to have you do some quick TA on that.
Yeah, I got the chart pulled up.
Yeah,
it's looking really good. The eagle charts are looking phenomenal.
And if you guys want to see any other crypto coins, maybe we'll, or maybe Six Figs, he'll do one more for you guys if you're interested. But feel free to let us know in the comments.
Crypto Airborne paid me $700 to be here. So
yeah, I got to get my $700 worth.
That's right.
For his Six Figs.
So over the last year, really since like the peak of the bull market, we've seen the eagle really go into a impressive bullish pattern known as a falling wedge. This is textbook beautiful. Excuse me. I'm dealing with some respiratory issues right now. But what we are seeing here is a very solid falling wedge. And out of this falling wedge, eGold is bouncing on the weekly. And this is extremely bullish, you guys. eGold is bouncing really nicely up above this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. Phenomenal. And I do think that this thing's going to make a crack at $145 before you know it. And I do think that there is possibly some Elliott wave theory here that might get it up to this $145-ish level. This reminds me a lot of the ICP charts, though.
Wow.
Because we can see this starting. If you look really closely here, you can see a faint hint of green in there. Very good to see. But price action at this point is too far from the Ichimoku cloud. As we see, oh my goodness gracious, I am going wild here with my keyboard. But as we see price move up, maybe to this $145 level, we'll see this Ichimoku cloud kind of climb like this as well. And I do think that at this time, we might see a little bit of a retracement or something like that. And that's okay, because we're talking a 2x from here. It's going to need to breathe, right? So with that said, I feel like we're going to see this 50 moving average maybe swing up like this. I think that we might see a couple different things happen. Maybe somewhat of an ascending triangle. We might see something like a pennant form. We might see a flag form. We'll have this big ass bull flag bull to really back it up, baby. Now that's what I'm talking about. And I do think, and this is not financial or trading advice, as Airborne has mentioned, but I do think, folks, that there is an opportunity for eGold, especially due to its significantly reduced supply when compared to other blockchains.
Yeah, it's going to rip.
What has it got? 21 million tokens?
No, it's got 26 million circulating.
26 million tokens.
Yeah, total.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But I think that, last bull run, how many are circulating? Let me ask you that.
26.3 mil.
And there's 26.3 mil in total supply, right?
Yep.
So last time this thing cracked $550 a token.
Before it had any of this. Before there was nothing. There was literally nothing in this blockchain.
This thing went down to $22 a token. But I do think that this thing's going to take a crack at $865 possibly.
100%. I could see that.
I've had a drink or two. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not about to try to do math live for you, so that's why I'm bringing up this calculator. So we might be looking at a 12.5x from here. Obviously, as far as a trader would be concerned when I look at this chart, and keep in mind, folks, my trading style and things like that is far different than anyone else's. The whole month of December, I grew my entire trading portfolio more than 200%. I didn't even take a single loss. The only time I lost money was when the exchange charged me my interest on my leverage. But I do think that there is this opportunity for the 161.8. I want to see eGold try that. eGold hits 161.8. I want to see eGold crack that $1,000 level. I think that would be crazy. Yeah. But that 127 is going to be it's going to be a thorn. And the 127 is just a thorn, no matter if you're trading stocks, no matter if you're trading crypto. A lot of traders. So my thoughts on the 127, when you're playing a retracement or even an extension, when it comes down to I love options trading. A lot of options traders, folks, will flip their positions at the 127 or the 161.8. A lot of the smart options traders will wait. They will flip their positions at the 161.8, or they'll flip and hold at the 127. So, I'm very bullish on eGold. I'm ashamed to say this, but this was one of those projects that took me a while to warm up to. Once I got more comfortable with it, I started to see its potential, things like that. It's definitely one of those. I believe this is a top 50 project. So
easily,
you look at the top 50 projects, top 100 projects. This is going to be one of the more serious candidates within that.
Number 47. We still got room to grow, but
I would love to see this thing run the charts out to the 476 at $2,500. Hey, you know what? we'll talk about that once if we get to that 161.8.
Definitely. We did have one person suggest a coin, and then maybe we'll wrap it up after that. But we got Sean Sutherland in the house. He said, "You're the man, six figs. Do Rose or Telcoin?" I don't know if I've heard of Telcoin.
Yeah, I recognize that name.
Have you ever done those before?
Rose token. Okay. Let's look at this. See if
smash that thumbs up button while you guys are here.
Yeah,
haven't already.
Smash that thumbs up.
Smash up for Six Figs TA. And if you guys don't mind, go give Six Figs a follow. I'm sure you guys, if you're here, you're probably already following here on at Real Six Fig on Twitter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Rose, I don't know much about the project, but to me, it looks like it went through a classical Wyckoff pattern and trial. We won't get into that. That's very complicated right now. But as far as like let's just go on the daily and just see what's going on here. This thing's been on an absolute monstrous tear the last couple of months. Since October 21st, we've seen this thing rip up about 275%. Impressive. I don't know much about this project. I don't know how many tokens are circulating. I don't know anything. So I'm a complete, absolute rookie when it comes to this. But, I'm just trying to figure out what happened here. And it almost looks like there was some sort of quasi-inverse head and shoulders here. And I'm sure you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about right in here. Like I said, it's very quasi, right? Because this right shoulder is just, it looks like it's set up here. Something happened. I'm not sure what the markets were doing back in April, but it had an inverse head and shoulders. Markets retraced further, and now this thing's ripping again. So maybe it just needed that extra breather. But let's face it, crypto hasn't been doing nothing since last April.
Yeah,
I do think that this thing possibly could be gearing up to see some sort of an ABC or ABCDE retracement. And I say this because this looks like an Elliott wave theory impulse to me.
I'm about to say, how do you like know how to graph that? Because I'm looking at that. It looks like it, but like, how do you know where exactly to put the ones and the twos and the threes? Like one to the two, they get the 0, 1, 2, but then the 2 to the 3 for me, when I try to do it, how do you know? And then where the retracement begins, I guess.
Yeah. So, from this low point here,
the low
I feel confident that this could be the very start, right? This is the base, but where it gets tricky is, like you mentioned, and you could also argue the fact that, in my opinion, we could almost put that right here, and we could almost strike that up. What we could also argue is that there's an ABC corrective wave that went down here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And then look
now
at
it's
this.
Starting it.
Restarting
0, 1, 2. Yeah, 0, 1.
So
3.
I think what this thing might be gearing up to do, man, this thing's been reeling in the last few days. We're seeing this symmetrical triangle squeeze off a nice bull flag pull. It wouldn't surprise me if it gave a shot at this 14.5 level or higher. But after that, I do feel like we're going to maybe see a little sideways momentum like what we saw here, because in my opinion, I love to see price action shoulder mounts. So I would love to see price action move into here and catch up with this 50 moving average, kind of like what it did right here. Came in, bounced off the shoulder. But right now, I do think that you could possibly argue that there's Elliott wave theory impulse here. And I do think that we would see another, let's just say there was an ABC retracement that happened after this. We see the bounce, start ripping again. There we might see another Elliott wave theory momentum to the upside like this. We'll get into possible price tags here in just a second. But from my experience with Elliott wave theory, once that third wave is complete, so let's say we get that another retracement, we bounce, we get another Elliott wave theory. Let's just say we land at 23 cents, right? This could be something greater, because a lot of times what we'll see is you'll have this Elliott wave theory impulse complete with 3 waves. And a lot of times you will see an Elliott wave theory impulse on a grander scale like this happen. So we could be looking at something potentially like this. Don't look at any of these numbers up here, because this is just fictitious.
Yeah, but you got to take into consideration, at least I don't know anything about this project. Don't you take consideration like the tokenomics as well? Like, could it potentially rip that high, like with Elrond, or like I don't know.
Yeah,
like you could do this on something like with SHIB, and it would be like astronomical. So that's why I mean, you're more TA expert than I am. Like how you would predict or.
From January of 2022, when it made its all-time high, we don't know how the tokenomics have changed. So you make an absolutely valid point. You know, if supply is quadrupled, well, hey, this thing, man, we you know, are looking at some issues trying to obtain those same dollar amounts.
Yep.
But yeah, I wish I knew more about Rose. You know, it's been around for a while now. You know, this isn't the first time I've heard of it. It's not the first time I've charted it. So I hope that people are doing well on it. And it looks like they have been, if they've been trying to accumulate here.
Yeah, I've been trying to look it up as you're talking, but is it on something under Oasis network? I got it pulled up here. Sean says, thank you, 6 figs. You made him a lot of money since ICP at 359.
Oh, that a boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rose is Oasis network. Okay. So it's got 10 billion supply, 5 billion circulating supply. So, I mean, you know, it just needs a $5 billion market cap in the middle of a bull market. A $5 billion market cap is absolutely nothing. If this thing got $2.5 billion market cap, that's $2.50. This thing's sitting at 12 cents. So think about that. You know, 10 billion max supply. That, you know, so for it to hit $1, we need it to hit, you know, a $10 billion market cap. We cut that in half. 5 billion circulating supplies? So that'd be 50 cents. Cut it in half again. 25 cents would be a $2.5 billion market cap. And that would be $2.50. And this thing's sitting at 12 cents right now. So the risk to reward, you know, ratio here is.
Yeah, I got to do some research. I've heard of Oasis protocol, but like it's all, Rose, many partnerships, Meta partnership, Google, BMW. I didn't know any of this.
Interesting.
It's just so hard to keep up with.
That.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we have to confirm it, but I mean, it's hard to keep up with so many of these things and what's going to take off, and things that like were built that were supposed to be big the last bull run continued to build through the bear market, that like now they're coming to fruition, like Elrond now rebranded. You got maybe Rose, aka Oasis network or Oasis protocol. Like there's so much out there. It's crazy.
And I mean, let's just say a 25 cent peg. That's a 21x from here.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of shit out there that's going to 20x from here.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the potential.
All right. I mean, we go on and on. If anyone has any more crypto you guys want to do, let us know down in the comments. If not, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. We've gone hour and 24 minutes, a little bit over my original 1 hour, but we had some great conversation earlier. This was a great stream about the Bitcoin news, the conspiracies, and the hidden gem, and a lot of that. I think you guys got a lot out of this, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know, 6 Figs. You got anything else for us you want to share?
No, man. I think this was a lot of fun. It was a great way to spend a Friday night, just kind of winding down.
End of the year, man.
End of the year.
2023. This is crazy.
Man.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing this weekend? You got any big plans? Or are you doing anything? Or what's going on?
You know, I'm just chilling. You know, I'm going to go hang out with my buddy Joe. You know Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
I think we'll just, we're going to cook up some chicken ponzu because Joe and I went over to Japan back in September a couple months ago, and we just partied for 2 weeks. We were hanging out in the freaking red light district, drinking beer and stuff right on the sidewalk. Because in Japan, you can drink beer on
anywhere,
the bars, anywhere you want. It's amazing. If you smoke cigarettes, you've got to go to designated smoking sites, which we did because vacation cigarettes are amazing. But other than that, I don't smoke except for when I'm on vacation. But It was a fun trip. One of the best meals we had there was chicken ponzu. And we are, he says he's going to cook it up. We'll probably be eating pizza or something because it's expensive and it's time consuming.
Are you guys going to the lake house or are you just staying like at your?
Not this weekend. Local? We're chilling. This weekend. We're just going to stay local. That's about it. How about yourself? Doing anything crazy?
No, that's the same. I'm older, we got family and kids.
Yeah, tough when you got kids.
I don't know. I think tomorrow night, me and the wife here having a date night, but Sunday it was, I don't know, just a regular day, whatever. But I don't know. I might do another live tomorrow night if I can. Yeah, tomorrow night might be my last night live. Today maybe, but I'm probably gonna chill Monday. And then Tuesday, I got a lot of stuff going on. And then my work schedule changes. So I'm doing a Wednesday to Saturday for a little bit. And then I go back to a Monday to Thursday. So I'm in a weird transition with jobs and stuff going on right now. But I'm still hoping to do these every Friday night, but not sure about next weekend. But I like doing this. It's fun.
It's fun. I had a discussion with Crypto Wendy tonight, actually, about doing crypto, especially during the bull market. She's been an absolute guidance to me when it comes to trying to nail down algorithms and stuff like that. And I asked her, I said straight up, what do you find more value in, dedicated videos or live streams? She says, do both and do 2 of them every day.
You want to start videos or live streams?
Do one live stream every day. Do one dedicated video. Let's just say you're going to do an e-gold video that's pre-recorded, and do a live stream like we're doing later on, or vice versa. Switch it up. Maybe there's more people midday that will attach to a live stream. You just got to figure your audience out.
And that's what's hard with being a YouTuber. And a lot of people don't know this unless you're in it. You got to analyze your analytics. You got to see your demographics. You got to see when the most views you get per time of day. It gets crazy because it all depends on your content and how you get found. It's not as easy as just get a camera, throw it up there. I've been doing this for over 10 years. You have too. And I just really within the last couple of years and really honing in on it. You've been honing in on it, but nobody ever can achieve that. Nobody knows the secret algorithm. We think we do, but it's just crazy. But truly do appreciate all the support and everything. We got Joel said in the future, compare OneDex versus Rubik. Y'all have a good holiday. I
might do a live stream tomorrow, so hit me up.
Rubik. I got to look that up. Do you know what Rubik is?
I haven't heard of it.
I'm going to write that down. I took some notes tonight for the timestamps. Because I do put timestamps in all my videos. That's one thing, Six Figs, I know you don't do. But
I'm
it is
lazy,
very
baby.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing, baby boy. I am lazy when it comes to putting those timestamps in my videos because I'll do another video the next day, baby.
Woo. Because that's the other thing. I like for people to not waste their time. I want people to go to the section they want to, but then you can look at it the other way. If you don't put timestamps, you're forced to watch the whole video to see what you want to hear. So it's I don't know the data and analytics enough to know what to do. But me being me, I put a pinned comment down below, timestamps. I'm going to go back. I've been keeping timestamps here of all the stuff we talked about. So if you just joined or when I go to Twitter, I'm going to put timestamp snippet of everything, and then you could just watch whatever you want to watch. Because I know there's people that like CKB, there's people like ICP, MultiversX, Bitcoin, just people who randomly stumble across this because of the tags that we put in the videos that sometimes hit or miss. Because then you got to look at how is your video found. It gets crazy, guys. I don't want to get too off topic, but like being a YouTuber, it's crazy. Like it's good. I mean, I don't make any money right now. I think the last month now with the couple ICP videos that I put out, I got like $15, which was crazy because I haven't really been uploading. But it's then once you get a viral video, not a viral, but when a video does well, you got to keep the momentum going, and that's how the algorithm kind of works. But that's a whole
my November YouTube check, I think, was $115. Once the bull market starts kicking in, guys, the amount of money you can make just off YouTube, it's insane. During the 2021 bull market, my channel was a little channel at the time, and I've been uploading a lot during the bear market, things like that. But you can see your YouTube channel. I remember the first time I got like a $500 YouTube check, I became hooked, and then it went up and up and up. And then like November of 2021, I had a $1,200 YouTube check for 28 days worth of just uploading a video every day, a couple of them every day. Shit, I was making $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
And then the bear market came, and I saw this thing come. I saw that ad rev go right down to about $50 a month, and I get paid every other month $100.
Yep, because what is the $100 is the minimum before they do it.
Right.
Oh, crazy that we're talking about this real quick. But I watched a live, and I want to go back and watch it. You know Tiffany Fong? She's
I've heard. Yeah, I believe
the Asian girl that had.
Yeah.
She had ties with SBF.
Yeah.
She did the interview and all that. She went live tonight, and she was talking about her ad revenue.
Okay.
And she's got 50,000 subscribers, I think. She went live on YouTube and Twitter. She can go live on Twitter now at the same time earlier today, and I watched it. She said that a couple of the videos when she was exposing or doing the interviews with SBF, she made like $3,000 to $4,000 for like 2 months on YouTube ad revenue. And then she was like, same thing that we just talked about. When bear market went down, she was making like 100 because people thought she had 50,000, 60,000 subscribers, but nobody was watching. She was only making like $100.
Right.
Even that a month with 50,000 subs.
Crazy. Yeah.
Literally, if you're a crypto person or whatever in YouTube, it goes with the markets.
Yes, it does.
So that's why you got. So what I've learned, and I think hopefully what you've learned during these like what we're about to get into, y'all just gotta like find other ways to just sustain yourself, whether that be funneling people to this, that, the other. Just, I mean, I just like being myself and like growing a community and stuff, but. That's the stuff we think about as YouTubers. It's crazy. Yeah, I like doing it for fun and document it.
We do this for fun. We make a little money, especially when you guys smash that like button on Crypto Airborne's videos. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it.
Make sure. Let me give a quick shout out to Crypto Airborne's OnlyFans account. It's called Crypto Airborne. You can find them on OnlyFans.
Oh, that's funny.
Just kidding.
Thought of that off the top of your head. You're always good with weird stuff like that. Not really weird, but go give 6figs a follow if you aren't already at Real 6fig on Twitter. Go give me a follow. You're probably already following me now, but who knows? The random algorithm might stumble across this video or whatever. Also, I just achieved 2,000 followers for the first time and 1.8 thousand subs on YouTube. So appreciate that. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Hopefully you guys all appreciated this video. I'm gonna get the timestamps here after this, and might go live tomorrow, might do a video, but definitely now that the bull run's kicking up, I'm gonna be doing more live streams with not only 6figs, but a lot of people in the the coins that I talk about, MultiversX, ICP. Like I said, I have hopefully the ICP girl or whatever her name is it ICP girl or crypto girl? ICP Hub
Crypto
Asia,
girl.
Indonesia. She said she wants to bring some people on just to talk about what's going on there, because it's not only in America, it's worldwide crypto. Same thing with MultiversX. I've got some people that I want to bring on the channel, do some interviews with in the NFT space. even just my old VGX Voyager community people here. Like I used to do Friday Heroes Hangout, but yeah,
man, I tell you what, man, to see such a solid community like the VGX Heroes just dissolve. God dang, that was heartbreaking.
But yeah, did you see I had Floki on last week? Floki came on.
You?
Yeah, Floki came on after over a year. He's been putting together something. He wants to come on and like not like he's shilling anything, but something to help just traders in general. I think because he's a data analytics guy with his personal professional career. So he's built something I think that can do a lot of data tracking with stocks and crypto. He wants to come on, but he's you know him. He was like the leader of everything, and he just I think he went off the grid for a year. But he made a Twitter post the other day. I retweeted it, and then he actually came on last Friday night. So I'm trying to get some people here and there because I know there was a lot of people coming to my channel at that time. I had so many people just randomly come on, and I'm hoping that you guys, if you guys are watching now, come back and just get new people into the space. Now ICP.
Time to rebuild.
Exactly.
You know, let's put all their chips in the basket.
Right. All right, Six Fig. So I appreciate you coming on tonight. Again, guys, if you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button and have a great rest of your year. You guys just enjoy your family. It's all about experience and time with your family and kids, my opinion. This is just, all part of our journey, crypto. If you don't have anyone else to talk to, feel free to come back to our channels. We're just here to have a good time, honestly. I like to keep it real on my channel. I'm always myself. I'm transparent. That's about it.
For sure.
Right, take care.
For
have a good one. Crypto Airborne out. He always does that.